everyone. My name is Susan, and I'd like to welcome you to a self-care overview. Today, we're just going to take a little bit of your time to share with you of how you can make your home a very special self-care environment. Let's kind of start off with the word self-care. Self-care is obviously you being proactive about what you're choosing to eat, what you're breathing, what you're buying, what you're using to take care. Obviously, it's pretty self-explanatory, self-care. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you some products from a manufacturer, a Japanese manufacturer called Nikken. I'm not a employee of that company, but I'm a big fan of their products. I've been using them for my own self-care for a long time, and I really like the results that I'm getting. But today is to share with you a little bit about these particular technologies, of how you can take better care of yourself really in a passive way. Things that you can sit on, things that you can wear, things that you can drink that really make a measurable difference in your health. So I appreciate you listening to this. And I think if you really listen all the way through, then you'll connect with some people that you know that have certain challenges, or you might be a person that's listening that's very involved in self-care and very proactive about organics and very particular about what you put in your body. This, I think you'll find, is also going to be a value to you to really maybe fill in some of the gaps of areas like bones and air and a couple other areas and alkaline water that maybe you haven't thought of that there are natural solutions for. So again, my name is Susan. I appreciate you listening and taking the time to be with us today. The first slide that I just wanted to start off with is this one here. It's called Discover Active Self-Care. And as I mentioned a couple of minutes ago, it's kind of interesting because a lot of the products that we utilize are actually passive in nature. Me sitting on this magnetic seat cushion, me wearing this magnetic necklace, me having magnetic insoles in my shoes are a very passive thing. But it's active as far as me obtaining these things and bringing them into my life. So the compound effect, just to get started a little bit with this, is really our choices, our behavior equal our results. And so the choices that we make, the behavior in which we have, really over time makes a big result. And so small choices with consistency down there at the bottom over time can really make a radical difference. Some of the areas that we're going to be covering is stress. We'll talk a little bit about that. We'll spend quite a bit of time on the importance of sleep, air, passive self-care products that we have in all of these areas of water, air, sleep, and a little bit of rest and relaxation for stress. And so the answer, this Japanese company, just to back up a second, has been manufacturing these products for a number of years. And they're safe things that have natural energies that are already found on our planet. And this company's really just harnessed those energies so we can take better self-care of ourselves. And one of those energies that I wanted to share with you, here we'll go full screen for a second, is the energy of magnetics. And I don't know if you can see that light lighting up, but this sensor doesn't react to motion or sound, but it reacts to magnetics. So anytime you have magnetics around this particular sensor, it starts to talk and let you know that whatever you're putting it near, that particular product is emitting a natural magnetic field. So let's talk a little bit about magnetics. The Earth, just to take you back to maybe 7th grade, 9th grade math, science class, the Earth is a giant magnet, and it has a North Pole and it has a South Pole. And before I learned about these technologies, I'm not really sure what I thought pole was. I knew there wasn't a pole up at the top of our planet and one at the bottom, but it actually found out that it was an abbreviation for the word polarity. And so North Pole, South Pole. So our entire planet has this energy of magnetics, and it protects us from the sun, and it also supports life on the planet. And every cell in our body, if this is a cell, has a positive charge on the inside and a negative charge on the outside. So we're very much beings that have magnetics in us, And then we live on a planet that actually has that energy also. But things have changed since my relatives and your relatives 300 or 400 years ago, and we've added cell phones and we've added Wi-Fi and electricity in our homes and a lot of things that interfere with the Earth's ability for that magnetic field to reach us in our own homes. So the real concept here is to create your home to be the absolute healthiest place where you spend your time. I know a lot of you listening aren't really crazy about visiting people in the hospital. Most of the time, other than the birth of a child, it's usually not a pleasurable experience to go to a hospital. There's some kind of emotional stress or somebody's in some crisis. But a lot of us don't like to go to the hospital for other reasons, is because there's so much going on there. So I think most of you would agree, if not all of you, that the hospital is not the healthiest place to spend your time. It's there to save your life, but as far as an environment, it's probably not the healthiest place. And then at work, you have no control over the air, when they change the filters, what's going on there. So really your home is the one place that you can barricade yourself in a good way from a lot of, you can turn your Wi-Fi off at night. You can choose not to have Wi-Fi and hardwire for your internet connection. You can hold your cell phone at a distance or I mean, there's different things that you can actually do. You can buy certain foods. You can choose certain self-care beauty products like shampoos and deodorants that are a little bit different in nature, or toothpaste that might be a little bit healthier. So in our home is where we really have that control. But we're going to be talking a little bit about what's the importance of magnetics and the wonderful benefits. You can see right there that this particular, these two little magnetic balls, that energy is going right through my thumb. So just for you that are new and listening, just so you don't get the wrong picture, we're not going to be talking about refrigerator magnets. Refrigerator magnets, yes, that will light up this piece of equipment too. But these are unique magnetics in the fact that it has patented designs. So where the company started out many years ago was actually on reconnecting us to the earth. Since a lot of us don't walk directly on the grass, and most of us don't work 8-9 hours a day on the grass, we're in a building of some sort, we've been disconnected from receiving that free benefit that the planet originally had, which is the Earth's magnetic field. So the first product that the company came out with was actually an insole that wherever you are on the 15th floor of an office building, this kind of positively fools your body into thinking, no, I'm walking outside in the park. So this is the first product that the company came out with, and it was a huge success because people feel that connection and that energy. But I wear them just to have a little bit more energy throughout the day, natural energy. I remember when I purchased this home a few years ago, and I went furniture shopping, and it was raining that day, and I didn't have these in my shoes because I wanted to wear my old tennis shoes and not ruin my nice ones. I was out and thought, wow, why are my legs tired at 40-some years old, my late 40s? Well, I had never moved my insoles from my nice new tennis shoes into my old ones that day. And so actually for the first time in years, I felt, oh, that's what my legs feel like normally. Well, I don't want that normal feeling, and I'm sure you don't either, of tired and fatigued and your legs feeling kind of heavy. So these insoles make a big difference for people that don't have any health challenges. But if you have people that you know that have issues with fluid movement in their legs, they have the sugar disease, this is a study that was published on our insoles. You can see that kind of odd design right there. You usually don't see pictures of something in the shape of a shoe. But this was done at 48 different medical centers in the United States. It was a double-blind study, and it really had positive things to say. 75% of the people with that sugar disease, type 2, had remarkable nerve conduction in their feet. And so this product can be absolutely fabulous for people that have that problem, people that have some balance issues. It really gives them a little extra stability and a little bit extra energy. So those are fun. They cost about $2 to $3 a month to own. So it's practically affordable for just about anyone. And to be able to help people with that problem of the sugar disease that is almost at epidemic portions in the United States. The numbers have been rising ever since I found out about these insoles. That's gone up a little bit every year. This is a real solution for that population. But again, you can be a chef and stand on your feet all day long, or a nurse or a surgeon that's standing on their feet all day long, and really appreciate what those insoles do. And what they do is, if you have iron in your blood, let's pretend this is your blood vessel and this is iron, and this is kind of where your blood vessels are. If we can get that iron particle, this is a physics law. I'm not making a medical claim. It's called the Hall effect. It's called Faraday's law. Now, I will be honest with you and tell you I never took physics. Any higher level math I knew to avoid. So I stayed away from those because I wanted to get into classes that I knew I could graduate from. But I've read the physics law. I've seen it in the physics book. It's in every physics book in the world. And it's called the Hall effect, or Faraday's law. And it says if you have a magnetic field that is strong enough that'll cross the blood vessel in various angles, it'll actually cause that hemoglobin to actually get excited, that hemoglobin in your blood. And then some natural phenomenon happens there of then that iron moving actually helps to expand that particular area. Again, not a medical claim. It's in every physics book. So this company very, very ingeniously took that concept out of a physics book and actually started to create products around it. So getting back to the PowerPoint, let me allow you to bring that up so you have a little bit of a reference of why we are actually using for our self-care, why we're actually using some of these technologies of the earth, which is magnetics. And one of the things that's really nice about this Japanese company is they're really focused on that holistic approach to life. And I've never heard of that. I worked at some pretty big companies, actually one here in Florida that has something to do with ears on it. You know what I'm saying? They're one of the largest employers in the state of Florida. And there was no holistic approach when I was an employee there of saying, Susan, let's talk about what's going on in your body, and let's talk about what's going on in your family, and your contribution for society, and your finances and your mental happiness. But this company is really focused on that. And that's why I was so attracted to this, because it's really about that self-care, but not just in my body, but all these different areas to make sure that I have a little bit more autonomy or a little bit more control of making those a lot fuller. So this is the slide I really wanted to get to and share with you a couple of things here as we go into these products and how you just put them in your home. It's not about calling a handy person and doing construction in your house. It's really just bringing in a few different choices of things you're already using, like, for instance, this seat cushion, or just putting on normal shoes but adding something. So you're going to sit down anyway, you're going to go to sleep, you're going to drink water, you're going to walk. So these are all products that you can walk on, sit on, sleep on, wear, breathe. So that's what really makes the self-care passive, and that seems to really be a hot button with a lot of people. They don't want to have to leave their house for a gym or something like that, and a lot of people aren't going to. Let's just be honest. So if they can actually do something passively in their home, it's going to be a home run, excuse the pun on that. So a typical day for me is I get up, let's start back here with the, if I can get this to draw here. Let's pick a color, okay. Back here in the bedroom. So I wake up in the morning. One of the first products that I use that this company manufactures is a magnetic shower head. And this magnetic shower head is pulling out some of the chlorine and neutralizing that, and making sure that I'm not starting the day with chemicals and dry skin. So I really, really appreciate that shower head. Then another product that I utilize from this self-care company is the skincare. I don't have any base makeup on. I don't mean to scare you, but I thought if I'm going to talk about skincare, there's no point in covering up where my skin is at the age of 50. So this skincare line is fantastic. It is organic. It has EcoCert, which is the independent certification. But this skincare line, from beginning to end, even has a shower gel. So again, I'm making a self-care choice to make sure that I'm not putting unnecessary chemicals. We all can find chemicals without any problem. We don't need to buy them on purpose and put them on our bodies. So this skincare line, from the cleanser, from the toner, to the little creams and for moisturization, it is fabulous. It's not my area of expertise. That's why I trust the EcoCert, which is an independent certification. And the quality of this product, the feeling of your face, how tight it feels, is really impressive. And it's less money than the ones with the chemicals, which is really unusual, because I know my grocery bill, ever since I switched over to strictly organic fruits and vegetables, has skyrocketed. So something that is healthier usually costs more. This is a unique product line that actually, something that's healthier actually costs less and still works. That's something to really get excited about. So then after a shower, I'm getting dressed. I'll put on some of the products to support my health during the day. I'll put on my insoles in my shoes, my special socks that keep all the moisture away so I don't have sweaty feet. And the sweat goes into the sock, but it keeps my foot very dry, which is a very comforting feeling. And so then I'll come out and give myself nutrition. And one of the products that I start out with is this Kenzen Vital Balance. And one of the reasons I use this, there's a lot of people that manufacture a meal replacement or a morning shake, but you really need to flip it over and not look so much at the price, but really see what is in the ingredients. And this particular product is just 2 scoops, throw it in the blender, or you can, if you're in a real hurry and you don't have access to a blender, you can whip it up just with a spoon and head out the door and sit in traffic and have your breakfast. But really important to know what's in here. First and foremost, this has 18 grams of protein. When you give your body 18 grams of protein, the body has to break it down. But this is a simpler, if I may say, a gentler protein, in the fact that the protein source is actually coming from organic peas. So it's not an animal protein, so your body is able to break it down and absorb it a lot better. But the key phrase is organic. This is an organic, animal-free based protein that I'm getting, which is very important. Protein is a little bit more difficult, even in pea form, for the body to break down. So instead of putting, which I love, which I've taken out of my diet, bagels or a big bowl of oatmeal and giving my body carbohydrates, which is going to turn to sugar, this is like, wait a minute, we have to work a little harder to break this down. She didn't give us any carbohydrates. Well, excuse me, she gave us 2. So that's really something to help maintain your weight without depriving yourself in the morning. And this is less than $2 to have breakfast. It's quick, it's easy. It doesn't have soy. It doesn't have whey in it. It has 125 calories, so I'm starting the day off. So if I have a bigger lunch, or the restaurant that I eat at put something naughty in my salad dressing and so it tastes so good, I'm really starting the day out with a low calorie count and a good protein source. So this is a fabulous product, and it tastes amazing. It comes in chocolate and vanilla, and my favorite obviously is the chocolate. Some of you might prefer the vanilla because you want to put some fruits or something into it. So then the other thing I haven't had for many, many hours, because I've been sleeping, is water and hydration. So I make sure that I have a really, really good water. And we'll talk about that at the end. And so here's some other products during the day. The air system that we talked about, air a little bit. This is not just some cheapo, something gimmicky air system. This is an air system with a high IQ. If you put any artificial cleaner, or someone smokes, or your cat starts itching themselves right near that machine, it will go up on high, because it does a constant monitoring in the room to make sure that the air quality is at a high level. So this particular air system is excellent. It produces negative ions, and it has no ozone gas. This is something else that I take first thing in the morning, which are greenzymes. I want to make sure that I'm getting, again, lots of nutrition besides this. And a lot of times I'll take that around 10:30 or 11 o'clock in the morning, because I want to push back those hunger cravings and make sure that maybe I'm not starving, and maybe I have lunch at at 12:30 or maybe 1:30 even. So I make sure that I'm giving my body good nutrition. The other product sitting here is this light that I'm sitting here in front of this computer. It's a light that I have the normal lights in this house off. I know a lot of you have gone into people's offices and they'll have the lights off and they'll have something on their desk because they don't want that EMF, electronic magnetic fields, not natural ones like we have, because it's very draining. Most lights have a flicker in them, and that flicker over time makes your eyes very tired. So this is a non-flicker full spectrum light. This is when my eye sees this, it thinks it's actually looking out at a blue sky at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's a light for you readers that are on this video call. You'll be able to read for longer periods of time. Students have a lot of luck with that also. So this is the water machine, a little bit in the background here. And I just fill this with the water from the tap. And then it comes down and filters out the impurities. It adds different mineral stones. And at the very, very tip of that machine is a magnet. And that magnet helps to make the water a lot more, wetter or more lazy. So it's easier to penetrate into the membranes of the cells. It's a wetter water, if that makes sense. And it's absolutely delicious. Absolutely delicious. You try our water and then try something like bottled water and you'll go, it's such a delicious part of your water experience. The other thing that's amazing about this water machine is that it produces a gallon of water for 25 cents a gallon. You can't go to any store and buy any low quality water. It'll cost you 4 times that much. And you have to go to the store because when you run out, you have to go to the store. This is something that you make it in your home. There's no plumbing. Gravity brings it down. It is fantastic. When you see what it does on a hydration level with your skin, other than your bottled water and what you're purchasing now, it's a point of no return. You won't return back to the water. In fact, we also have a water bottle that you can carry around, so when you're at work, you can carry that experience and take it with you. It's alkaline water. It's an 8 to 8.5 and a little bit higher, so it's a gentle alkaline, not something extreme, and your body loves it because we have no problem finding our sodas, we have no problem finding coffee, we have no problem finding wine, and all those are acidic. And the thing that a lot of people aren't familiar with is that a lot of our bottled water is now acidic. So I'm going to do a quick test here. So we'll take it off of the PowerPoint and we'll bring it down here so you can see a little bit more. So I'm just going to take, only got 2 hands and I probably need 4 for this. Let me just show you a little bit here. I'm going to put some bottled water in this container right here. And I'm just going to take some pH drops. You can get pH drops at a little pool store. You can get them at, hold on, let me put this down 1 second. You can get them at a pool store, your department, Target or Walmart. And I can put 2 little drops in there. And let me see if I can hold something white up against it. And you'll see that the color is actually yellow because this bottled water that you're drinking is actually acidic. But you can take water from, this is our water bottle, the portable one, a safer plastic, a BPA-free plastic, magnetic, and you can take this right out of the tap at your office or work, or if you're traveling on the road, and you can put that in there, and it goes through a processor. It's not a filter, and you put 2 little drops in there, and the color is totally different because it's an alkaline. But the thing that's nice about this one that's yellow is I can take this bottle right here and I can help improve its pH. So this is a fantastic water that's, again, about 25 cents for 20 ounces. You can't buy that at a ball game. I went recently to an arena and I was like, oh, they wanted $5 for this much water. And that's like, I don't know how many years of this water just in that, because this is 25 cents a use or even less. So this is a great, great product that you can feel good about in your self-care. So the water is a very important part of our company, whether you're showering in it, whether you're taking it on the go, or you're using the home system that I showed you. It's really, really a big part. 75, 80%, you've heard that number over and over and over again, of your body is water. So really, part of self-care is you want to make sure that you have the best water that money can buy, and in this case, that money can save you. So when the water came out years ago, I was just thrilled because we didn't start out with that. And then the company realized how important that is and brought us a fabulous line that, again, is more affordable than going out and buying something that's acidic. So a couple other things I wanted to share with you before we have to go is I talked about bone health. This is a product that as I've gotten a little older, as we all are, I'm very familiar with osteoporosis and osteopenia. We hear the stories of grandma or your aunt that stepped off a curb or twisted funny or something and fractured something. So we all know that our bones, when we're younger, really start out as a brick. And as we get older, they become more porous. And so this particular product is a neat product that we have that is a monopoly product. That's what I love about this, is that it's no competition, okay? And this is it's published in a medical journal here, proving that it works. I've had people that just thank me for this because they've seen such a positive result. Someone asked me on why the water turns purple is because it's alkaline. Someone just wrote me a quick little note on that. So if the water is yellow, it's acidic. If it's more of a pinkish or purplish color, it's going to be alkaline. Okay. So another product that I really, really enjoy, and that I have people and friends that have issues with blockages and pressure around in the sinus areas, is you can just put the product right here and over the eyebrow, halfway up the nose, keeping it away from the eye. And this is a natural anti-inflammatory. It comes in these tubes. You can use it for knees or hands that are a little stiff. This was published in the Journal of Rheumatology. And I love the conclusion. It says it's effective a treatment for improving knee range of motion and the ability to ascend and descend stairs. So what a neat product to not put yourself in your own self-care instead of your doctor's care giving you something that could have, well, most likely has side effects, that you can take care of some issues that you may have in your neck or your shoulders or your knees with something that's natural but proven to be very, very effective in that regard. So a lot of different products in the self-care. Let me go back to this particular screen and just kind of wrap this up for you. And again, I really appreciate you paying attention to this, and I hope this is some value. So at the end of the day, I've used the products. I've sat on this magnetic seat cushion. I've enjoyed the water. I've enjoyed some of the nutritionals. I've enjoyed breathing really good air. And now I'm ready to wind my day down. And I go back into the bedroom and I lay my body down on a magnetic bed. Now, why would I do that? Because that magnetic energy, okay, is something that really supports my magnetic body. And so again, that's part of the self-care, to making sure I'm getting deep sleep, that I'm getting thorough sleep, that I'm getting the right type of sleep for long as periods of time as I possibly can, rather than the tossing and turning. Some of you may know people, or maybe yourselves. I met a lady recently that hardly can even go 3 hours through the night. So I'm going to be loaning her one of these. She's excited, and let her try it and experience it and to see. And I can't make her worse. And the only thing is that we possibly maybe be able to help her, okay? So really these technologies in the area of nutrition, skincare, environmental, rest and relaxation, company's a real world leader in these areas. And so really consider the person that invited you to watch this, get back with them, really learn about the products. We have about 60 some products or more. I just showed you a few things that I utilize in my own self-care, but really get back with the person that invited you to really pull back, the pages on this and really explore it, because there might be something here in your own self-care that's as easy as sitting down, that's as easy as putting on your shoes, that's as easy as skincare or a different light or a different sleep system on top of your existing bed, that really can make a passive but big difference in your self-care. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. Have a wonderful rest of your week. And again, please investigate this. It's self-care is in your hands. It's up to you. Your doctor's not going to recommend it. They're going to write something down because you've been told on television to ask your doctor about this drug. Let me just tell you, just closing this out, I feel sorry for doctors. I sit down and I'll watch all these drug ads. I don't watch a lot of television, so that tells you how many are on there. Ask your doctor about this one. Can you imagine? They must have a full-time job learning about these drugs. And a lot of times there's natural remedies here, guys, that can do a better job and be less harmful without the side effects. So really, closing, if you don't take care of your body, where are you going to live? So self-care is a very important thing, and this company's got amazing products to take care of that need. So thank you for your attention, and have a very healthy week.